Hey everyone, how's everybody doing? Good. Okay. Well, thank you for coming to the meeting, this month's meeting. I appreciate everybody was able to make it, but for some reason, if you cannot make it next time, please save this phone number. You can call this number and you can at least listen in to the next meeting. Okay, we'll get started. So some quick things that I have to talk to you guys about. The first thing is leadership rounding. Next month, the CEO is going to be coming and doing the leadership roundings with each department. So be aware that he's going to be here. You can think about questions or anything that you really want to bring up, but it is mandatory. So just remember that he will be here next month. Again, anything that you feel like you have to ask, go ahead, jot your question down so you can remember to ask when he's here. SPD stocking supplies. Yay! SPD is now going to be stocking supplies on 4th and 5th floor, so we don't have to run all the way from those floors to 6th floor because there's not a simple mask or a non-rebreather mask. We don't have to actually break the code cart for these things anymore. They will also be stocking nebulizers, finger probes for our pulse oximeters, and also oxygen extension tubing. So good for us, right? There is a new sample of the schedule. Now, don't really plan according to that because it's just a sample. Not all of the days that people ask to take off are on that schedule. It's just an example, okay? And lastly, charge pay. I know there's been some issues with charge pay and who gets and who doesn't get paid, charge and that. Well, we will end up, if everybody agrees that in the evenings, the person who's going to get paid charge pay should be the one that is doing critical unit that night. Okay? Everybody agree? All right. So charge pay will go to whoever has ICU. Okay? Now, whoever's getting paid charge pay, not only are they responsible for ICU, they need to be responsible about, for example, the overnight trends. Sometimes we don't put those on time on our patients and they need to be put around 10:15 to 10:30 at night before they go to bed. And whoever's getting paid charge pay should make sure things like that are being done, okay, as well as treatment boards. I mean, it's a big responsibility, so that's why you're getting paid charge pay, okay? Any questions on that? Okay, everybody's clear. Anchor Fast. It's our new endotracheal tube holder. Now, everybody was aware that we were going to get these pretty soon. Well, we have about, I think, 40... No, excuse me. We have 115 of the old endotracheal tube holders, the one with the foamy that just kind of velcros across. Well, we have 115 of those left, and we are trying to use all that supply before we even start using the new one, the Anchor Fast, okay? Now, I have a quick application step-by-step on how to put the Anchor Fast. You guys can read these, okay? It's very simple. You know, make sure the skin is dry and free and oil free, and make sure that the yeah, the skin barrier pads. Sorry. Yeah, that the skin barrier pads, which is the big things that are going to be going across their face, that they're warm enough so that it'll stick to their face. But make sure again that you're cleaning off the patient's face, because if they're too oily, then it won't stick. So just read through this. It's some good information. Also, there is a rep that's going to be doing some in-service on this anchor fast, and I want you to encourage the nurses, the ER nurses, the ICU nurses, and if the nurses on the floors can also participate. I mean, they should be able to be aware of this anchor fast in case they ever have to put one on when respiratory is not around, okay? So I did mention that there is going to be somebody doing the in-service on this, and it'll be in the education room 6 a.m. to noon tomorrow, okay? So if you can make it, go ahead. It's quick. It's probably like 5 minutes, 10 minutes top, okay? Things we need to improve. The treatment board. I cannot say enough how much this needs to be improved. We need to have our patients, the ones that are getting new treatments, they need to be on the board the next day. There's been cases where morning staff are doing their rounds and they get called by nurses because they didn't know they had a patient who's doing treatments. So we need to put those down on the board, and all the staff that's working in the evening need to verify that the board is done correctly, okay? Please. Barcoding, we're doing much better. We are at 98%. Now, we're not at 100 exactly, because if we have a patient in peds and it's just our only patient, and I know sometimes the computers act up down in peds, but we need to scan correctly, because if we don't scan that one patient, it just brings us down to the 98, okay? And that goes with the pediatrics, patients in the PACU, in the ER. Just make sure you are scanning, okay? Allen's test for ABGs, okay? Everybody needs to chart those. I know you do them because it's part of the test, so you need to document those. And being on time. Everybody knows that they need to be 15 minutes before their shift, so if they're coming in at 7, then they need to be here at 6:45, and if they're coming in at 3, then 2:45. Okay, everybody knows this. I don't want to repeat this again, but if you are going to be late, call the department. If you're going to be late unannounced, then it'll be an occurrence, okay? Code Blue, everybody should know what they're doing and what their responsibility is at a Code Blue. Okay, enough said about that. Now, I want to congratulate everybody. They're doing an awesome job. I want to tell you guys how appreciative I am of you guys, especially if you have to stay late. I know it's been busy here with the workload being so high, but I'm thankful that you guys are able to stay longer and make this world a better place and make the patients feel much better, okay? Now, I want to end the department meeting with a little video, okay? Just a little humor to finish your so that you can finish the week off right.
They said they'd fix it, but it didn't make any difference at all.
Well, sometimes doctors make mistakes. Anna, you need to try twice as hard to fix them. Are you using your inhaler?
All the time. Go through one a week.
You sure you're using it right?
Do I look like an idiot?
No. Why don't you show me how your inhaler works?
Alrighty. Have a good week, everyone, and thank you again for coming.